Hey, what's up? It's primetime football, and I'm just going to give a quick recap of the Week 6 games. I'm just going to talk about Florida's loss to A&M, Oklahoma, their win over Texas, UNC's win over Virginia Tech, LSU's loss, Georgia over Tennessee, Clemson's blowout of Miami, and Bama's close game with Ole Miss. First off, we got Florida. Jimbo Fisher gets his first win over a top 5 team at A&M.
It's about damn time. It's about damn
time. Florida's defense is not good enough for them to win. Right now, at least, the way it's been playing right now, it's not good enough for them to win the East. They're not going to beat Georgia with that defense. They're not going to win the SEC championship. They're not going to make the playoffs. The offense is really good. I feel like they're just being wasted right now because that defense cannot win them big games right now. They're going to have to step it up. And I think that they'll improve a little bit, but right now, it's not looking good for them. Now we got North Carolina over Virginia Tech. High-scoring game. Virginia Tech came back, but they weren't ultimately able to get the win. 56 to 45. UNC ran for 400 yards.
Damn!
UNC, they actually came out as the number 5 team in the AP poll today. I don't think that's right. I mean, they're a good team, but 5th in the country, there's no way. There's got to be more than 4 teams that are better than them in the country. Oklahoma beat Texas in, 4th overtime? This game lasted like 5 hours. But basically all this game did was just eliminate Texas from the playoff. The Big 12, the 2 teams that you thought had maybe a chance at the playoffs this year, they're already out. They both have 2 losses now, Texas and Oklahoma. So now the best shot has got to be Oklahoma State, probably. They're undefeated. They're playing pretty well, but, they haven't played a good team yet. And personally, we'll talk about that another time. Now we got LSU's loss to Missouri. Basically, LSU just sacrificed 2020 for 2019. It's just a bounce back. They'll bounce back next year, probably. They got plenty of talent now. It's just inexperience all over the field. Georgia over Tennessee will score 44 to 21. Close in the first half. In fact, Tennessee might have even been winning, but Georgia was able to, go 27 to 0 in the second half. So Georgia's got an elite defense. The offense still needs a little work, but don't get me wrong, it is much better this year than last year. You can just tell Todd Monken seemed to make a big difference there. They just got to figure out the quarterback position, I think. I don't think Stetson Bennett's the guy, but Tennessee's getting a little bit closer to the top teams. Georgia, Florida, getting closer to maybe competing in the East, but they're just not quite there yet. You could see that in the second half. They're just not there yet. The primetime game, Clemson destroys Miami 42 to 17. I kind of had a feeling this would happen. I really thought it'd be close, but I had a feeling that Clemson would just blow them out. I couldn't see Clemson losing. Anyways, Clemson is clearly the best team in the country. There's no other team right now that looks that good on offense and defense at the same time. Derek King was a Heisman contender. I think he must have been top 5 in Heisman odds. They completely shut him down. He had nothing. Maybe one big scramble play, but other than that, he had absolutely nothing. So they're clearly the number 1 team in the country. There's no other team that you can argue is the best right now. Miami, I feel like they're in a similar situation with Tennessee. They're a good team. They're almost there, but they're just not quite at the level as the elite teams that they need to be beating, Florida, Georgia, for them, Clemson. And lastly, I think the best game of the day, by far, really, Bama, Ole Miss. Final score was 63 to 48, Bama. I thought before the season started, I was really thinking Bama's defense. They returned a lot of guys from last year. Obviously, they got Nick Saban. I thought the defense was going to be really good, maybe one of the best in the country this year, but it's just not looking like that's going to be the case. They allowed it was like 650 yards of offense, something like that. I don't even know. 48 points. I know Ole Miss has a really good offense, and Lane Kiffin's really good, but that should not be happening. That's not a championship team right there. They're not allowing 48 points. I think they'll clean it up, though, for sure. The offense is definitely elite, and that's going to carry them through the season while the defense improves. On the other hand, Ole Miss, I think they may be the most underrated team in the country right now. They played Florida semi-close. I mean, they were never really a threat of winning that game, but what was the final score? They lost by 16. That's okay. Bama, they played this game. Bama against Nick Saban. They played them close the whole game. They beat Kentucky, who looks pretty good against Mississippi State last night too. So I think Ole Miss, they'll beat some teams. You know, they'll finish 5-5 or better maybe. That'll be pretty good for them. Lane Kiffin is a good fit for that team. So that's it. We'll come out with maybe a top 10 video sometime this week. So thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.